Hey there, Big Brother fans. Guess what? It is chaos in the BB25 house in advance of tonight's live eviction episode. Cory has played a last-ditch scheme that has driven Bowie Jane completely off the deep end. We're going to tell you about that, and we've got the eviction prediction based on what we're hearing from the live feeds. So Cory is still playing the game really hard and is behaving in a way that has many hilariously calling him the new Cameron. Recall that Cam spent his last few days in the BB25 house sowing seeds of chaos. And that is an apt comparison because Cory is definitely campaigning to blast apart key alliances, whether he stays or not. We've got the eviction prediction for you, where the votes likely fall, and what's been happening on the live feeds that has driven Bowie Jane completely nuts. Hey, if you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe, and now let's dig right in. So on Wednesday, in the Big Brother house, in advance of Thursday's live eviction episode, we've watched Cory campaign and America do an apology tour. After telling Matt and Jag both to F off after they blindsided her and Cory, America is now saying sorry for acting out. Both the guys readily accepted her apology as she tells them that the big deal was there was no reason to blindside them since they couldn't have stopped the renom plan anyway. That is what she says she's more upset about, and I can kind of see that. Matt also spilled a little tea to America that every single person in the house but the two of them knew that she and Cory were going on the chopping block, so if anyone says otherwise, they're lying to her. And then a lot of focus on Wednesday's activities fell on Bowie Jane. Of course, she's the third to Jag and Matt's F3, but what's interesting is Blue thinks she's their final three partner as well. Both things cannot be true at the same time, but Jag is playing a clever game as long as he doesn't get caught. America surprised Matt and Jag by telling them everyone assumes she'll go after them if she stays and wins the next HOH. She says that she plans to let the other house guests think that, but she has different plans in mind. That remains to be seen. But Matt and Jag are not confident she can be trusted, and they already talked about doing all they can to make sure she does not win the Week 12 head of household, just in case. Meanwhile, a lot of Cory's last-ditch efforts went towards vote flipping and inducing paranoia. His vote flip efforts ran more towards Cirie and Felicia, and he campaigned to them that he would target Jag and Matt if he stays. Cory worked on Mama Fee and Cirie, and when he left, they did have a discussion about the fact that he might be better equipped to oust Matt and Jag than they are. But in the end, they worry about dealing with backlash if they flip this vote on Jag and Matt, and then one of the guys wins HOH anyway. Then they'd be screwed. So the most interesting facet of Cory's campaign, though, was the work he did on Bowie Jane. He devoted a lot of time to spilling some real tea and some fake tea, and Cory was architecting this to get Bowie to turn on Matt and Jag. He told her about the other alliances the guys made that don't involve her, some real, some I think he was theorizing, and told her she's going to be sidelined in favor of Blue. It further freaked out Bowie when America came and told her about Matt, Jag, Blue, and the other alliances they're crafting that do not include her. And Cory told Bowie that after he's gone, Matt, Blue, and Jag will have enough votes to control all the evictions. Cory also reminded Bowie that Jared and Cameron were tight with Matt and Jag, and one's at home and one's sitting alone in the jury house. So when Bowie says she wants to talk to Jag, Cory predicts that Jag's going to tell her he's targeting Felicia and Blue, not her, because she's not a threat without him in the house. When Bowie approaches Jag, he tells her Cory is playing her. But Bowie said Cory has very specific, detailed information, and Jag said, yeah, that's why he's so dangerous. And she does say she still plans to vote to evict Cory, but is worried that she's going to be on the block in Week 12. Jag tells her America's the target, and he'll probably put up Blue alongside her, and he vows to her that she and Matt are the only ones he trusts and he won't betray her. She says she doesn't want to go up even as a pawn, and Jag said nobody said anything about you going up as a pawn. But then later, Bowie went crying to both Felicia and Cirie about Cory and America messing with her head and making her so paranoid. Bowie is very frustrated, and she had enough, and then late Wednesday night, she said she was going to confront him. And she marched up on Cory and America, who were laying in bed. She raged at him, saying his plan didn't work, and she's still voting him out. And that sent America into tears as well. Despite his assurances to Bowie, later, when Jag was alone with Blue, they were talking final three. So it remains to be seen how solid either of these final three deals are. In the end, Cory upset Bowie, freaked her out, pissed her off, and now her vote is set in stone against him. Matt will vote against Cory, as will Blue, who thinks he also played her. That leaves Cirie and Felicia, whose votes won't matter with the other votes already cast against him. So they're going to bend and vote with the House, even though Cory leaving might not be in their long-term best interest because they are cornered. Expect to see Cory voted out at tonight's live eviction, as his plan to pull a Cameron worked about as well as it did for Cam. So those two are about to be jury house buddies, and then it's all about who wins the next HOH to see where the game turns next. If anybody but Matt or Jag win it, they would be absolute fools not to put those two up on the block side by side. That being said, we've seen a whole lot of foolishness in BB25, so even if neither of them has the power, we might see some real stupidity, and they may not target the two biggest threats in the House. Check back soon for more spoilers on who wins Week 12 HOH after the live eviction episode tonight, where we fully expect Cory to take his packed bags and skitter over to jury. Hey, drop your comments below on what you think about all this action and who you want to see packed off tonight. Definitely click subscribe if you haven't already, and please click a like if you enjoyed this conversation. Thanks for talking Big Brother with us. Come back to Big Brother Junkie soon.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.